Reginald Asante and Winfred Dorman are here with me, head coach of Liberty and head coach of Dreams. Guys, very disappointing results, especially from a position where we were leading. We were 2-1 up and we thought it would be fine. It didn't work out. Reginald, it just didn't come together.
Yeah, honestly speaking, it's very disappointing scoreline. But unfortunately, there are three things in football. Is you win, you lose, and you draw. There are 2 matches to go. Cameroon, although it's tough, but football is full of uncertainties. Anything can happen. But let's pray we get a good result in our next game.
Okay.
But honestly, we need to reshape our team.
Okay.
And then at least we psych the boys up again. Because playing 2-2 against a team like Benin is very bad in the Nations Cup.
All right.
So I think we need to do some tactical work and some technical.
All right. We'll get into the details in a bit. But Winfred Dorman, your initial thoughts on the result?
Well, from the tactical perspective, it was a fair result. It was a fair result because Benin were better in the second half. They had a structure. We didn't have a structure. We saw it coming, Nathan. The warnings were written there right from minute 1. We had a break, the interval. I was expecting us to address those issues. We came and keep repeating the same mistakes. John Boye, silly record. It was needless, Nathan. It was inconsequential. And we gave the momentum to Benin. We have brought it upon ourselves. Yeah. We have to go back and make sure we restructure.
54 minutes.
54 minutes. What are you doing? Delaying for what?
Wasting time.
Come on. Knowing very well that you were on what?
A yellow card.
Yellow card. I mean, you saw the incident. It was a yellow card because a free kick was awarded to us. Mm-hmm. He advertised that he was going to take it, and then he walked off the ball.
After the whistle has been blown.
Absolutely.
For kickoff.
I mean, what is that? 54 minutes against Benin when we had the momentum on our side. It's unfortunate.
Really poor.
But we keep asking, why was that young chap taken out?
Yeah, Samuel Owusu.
Because he came on with a lot of, promise. He looks very energetic, pacey, he could take ons and stuff like that. But it's very, very unfortunate. But honestly, it's a fair result because, yes, we need to rethink.
We need to rethink. All right. In that 2-2 draw between Ghana and Benin, the Beninese took the lead very early, and then the Black Stars had a lot to do, which they did to a point, and then they gave it all away. After building the house, they decided to wreck it by themselves. So there you have the Beninese breaking quickly, pass, high line, and there you had the Beninese going through the defense and scoring. And Reginald, it was a very horrible start for the Black Stars.
Yeah, sure. Sure, very horrible. And it's too early. The goal came very early. Yeah. Defensive organization, very bad, like I said. Sometimes there's something we call the shape of the team. Mm-hmm. The ball was at the left side. Oh no, it was at the right side.
Right-hand side.
And Lumo was far. So even when the 2 center-backs were caught up there, he has to be the last man to save that situation. Yeah. And the guy just took it so easily. And then finally... So the organization from the defense was
poor.
Yes, from what I saw.
So there you have
a good response.
Yeah, Andrea, you responding there. The pass inadvertently falling to him. He held on and scored there to make it 1-1. And Thomas Partey found Jordan Ayew. Lovely turn, fantastic finish. And at this point, the Black Stars were looking really good. But at this point, this was looking fine. But the red card had happened, and then Benin pulled even there. It was from a corner kick, a short-taking corner kick. Guys, can you tell me what was going on in the Ghana box? Because they looked very unprepared for the free kick.
I think it has to do with concentration.
That's right.
It has to do with awareness. It has to do with communication.
There was a huge gap behind Andrea Ayew.
Absolutely.
And that was where Michael Porte.
I have something to say here.
Yes.
Before the corner.
Yes.
It was 2 against 1, which it shouldn't be so. Right from the corner.
Okay. It has to be 2.
2v2.
Okay.
That is safer.
Okay.
Then certainly means there's going to be a long kick.
Yeah.
But if it's 2v1, it's easily to be outwitted the Ghanaian player there.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
that's what happened there.
Yeah, I agree. Because Wakaso need cover. He needs a support. Yeah. So that in case they play 2v1, they overload. I mean, our player will quickly react.
And then the second thing is about the goalkeeper. We started talking about the goalkeeper not trying
position.
Yes. 1, start organizing. because it's a set piece. Yeah. You start organizing. Charlie, join this one, join this one, join this one. This brings organization. But I think there was nothing like organizing the back because it just went through the defense.
And this was after John Boye had been sent off.
That's right.
And I'm making that point. I don't know if we'll ever get to see the clip again. But I noticed a gap right behind Andrea, a gap that had two Beninese players standing there, and possibly if we had an extra player, if we had a player we had lost, that player could have been in that space, probably to prevent.
That is why I said what John Boye did was inconsequential.
Was consequential. Yeah, it had a point. Yeah, it had an effect.
Assuming that
He was
they
there.
were going to score,
Yeah.
and John Boye fouled a player or prevent him from scoring, like what Suarez did
Yeah.
against Ghana
Yeah.
in 2010.
Yes.
Then you could have what? You could have honored John Boye. But in this instance, it was needless. Later, who or which player is near Wakasu?
There's nobody. This is two of them against one of
Okay,
Wakasu.
so we brought it upon ourselves. Look at the space. And they pushed the ball into that space.
Okay.
So the player
So
who is
there we
closer
have
to
it there.
Wakasu should have reacted. But there was no player. There was too much gap. And in defending, you have to keep it what? Compact, tight. So they find the penetration and they put the trigger.
And then you had the cross coming in.
Yeah.
Gresham, I don't know if you've noticed the gap I was talking about right behind Andrea, because he sees it late.
Who went to defend the corner?
It was Thomas Partey. He left the
No,
zone.
the first person
It
there
was
was
Wakasu.
Wakasu.
Yes.
But
Now-
they played the combination 2v1.
Yes. So they played 2-on-1.
So
here.
Wakasu needed a support. He
Yes.
needed somebody to cover him.
That is what I was saying, the organization from the goalkeeper. Because he's the last man, he sees everything.
Which means that if he had been in the right place,
That's
he
right,
would have
that's
been
what I'm saying.
intercepted.
Dede didn't know. Dede one is not a defender. But once you take over that position,
You are responsible.
You are responsible to defend. So that is where the goalkeepers say, bra left, bra right. That is where you need to organize. So I blame the goalkeeper as well.
Okay.
And then I blame this, what's the name?
Partey.
Thomas Partey.
Partey
Yeah.
was too slow there too.
No, you know what? The distance between Wakasu
It's-
and Partey
Was far.
was too wide.
It's wide.
too wide.
It's wide.
There was no compactness. There was no, marking.
So where was our
Who
guy?
was marking that space?
Where was
Somebody
this boy?
should mark that space. There was no one.
The Kasim Adams.
Yes.
Where was he?
Kasim Nuhu Adams, yeah.
Where was
He also went
They were marking.
he also went into the tackle and he missed. That was what allowed Partey to tap
So
the ball.
that's what I was saying. There was wrong central organization because he's a centre back.
Okay.
So he doesn't even need to go ahead of the day. Look at where the day is standing, and look at where the striker is. Instead of he staying behind the striker,
Yes.
he's right ahead of the striker, and they are playing against us. So look,
But from another angle, I will blame the one who gave the space to the shooter or
Okay.
to the scorer.
Yes.
Because he had space, he had time in our box. As soon as he received the ball, quickly the defense should have what? Should have reacted and prevented him from what? From striking the ball.
Okay. So clearly didn't work
I mean,
out.
we shot ourselves in the
Yeah.
foot. I mean, defensive organization. Very,
Really,
very poor.
really poor. And throughout the game, we had problems
We said
keeping
the signs
it
were there.
tight.
The signs were there
defense.
right
The
from
signs
minute
were
one.
there.
I mean, we considered as early as the 3rd minute